Hi, I'm Jeff Cohn, and I'm the host of the educational panel today for the Village of Richton Park's Home Rule Initiative. And I'm delighted to have with me today two guests that are going to provide educational information on the importance of home rule and why it should be supported by the Village of Richton Park.
Hi, my name is Brian Coleman. I currently serve as trustee in the Village of Richton Park. I've been a resident since 1994. I also serve as a president of one of our local homeowner associations, which is here in Lincoln Crossings. And I'm thrilled to share more information on how home rule will benefit our community.
Hi, my name is Mia Carter. I am the community advocate. I have joined Richton Park in this home rule initiative to talk about the benefits of home rule and how it can change the community. So I'm just thrilled to be here, and thank you.
Trustee Coleman, will you please share with the viewing audience and the residents of the Village of Richton Park a little bit about the facts as it relates to home rule? What is home rule?
Yeah, I appreciate the question. One of the things that the state of Illinois has the power to provide to local communities is a status or designation called home rule. It is offered automatically for those communities that have over 25,000 residents, and for those communities that are lower than that as a residential count, you would have to actually turn to your voter base and ask them for approval. Home rule provides some additional tools that communities can use to support improvements, challenges, as well as opportunities within the business, as well as the overall support of infrastructure and other things within our residential areas. So we look forward to having that capability. It definitely enhances our ability as a governing body to make changes and improvements for the community.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing that. And Mia, he talked about some of the benefits, and as a community advocate, will you share some of the benefits that that will actually be manifested in the Village of Richton Park upon the successful passing of home rule?
Okay, thank you, Jeff. Well, what I think I would like to first start by saying is that having more ability to structure and spend how you want to spend in the areas that are most important is something that we need out here in the south suburbs. Infrastructure, economic development, general aesthetic of the village, being able to put more into how it looks, entertainment, streets and roads, more ability to monitor who's moving in and out of the village. You know, just precautions that we can put in place to keep our residents safe, to make the village look better, and then to attract more businesses to come into this wonderful community. It's a wonderful community. But when you're restricted by certain rules, it makes it difficult to kind of branch out. And I know people use the word think outside the box a lot. You know, it's kind of like a cliche. But what we're really asking is just the ability to do more with less. Think about that. You know, we want to make sure that we take what we have, add to it, and expand our village, our services, our infrastructure, our roads. All of those things can be impacted by a home rule classification.
Okay. Excellent. And so benefits a wide variety of people.
Benefits are a wide variety.
In the village.
For residents and for people who may be traveling through the village. Yeah. Because if you think about it, if your village is welcoming and you have the businesses and the infrastructure, people will want to come to your community. Not only live here, but shop here, dine here, you know, play here, you know, with all the wonderful programs.
Thank you. And so there's been some misinformation and disinformation that has been sent to the residents by the Realtors PAC out of Springfield. And you know, one of the big things that they have been professing in this literature, if you will, is that it will give you the village governance the power to increase taxes, a variety of taxes. And Trustee Coleman, I would like for the residents and the viewing audience to hear from you on what commitments has the body leadership made as it relates, the Board of Trustees made as it relates to those tax increases.
Yeah, one of the things that we recognize is, again, the opportunity that home rule will provide to us as far as how to manage the funds and additional revenue outlets that we'll be able to pursue. Taxes are not our focus. We've actually established several ordinances that upon passing the home rule requests, they will be enacted immediately.
Okay.
One of which is the freezing of our property taxes. We're looking at 5 years of putting that tax to the side. The state provides the guidance on how that tax is administered, and right now we're only spending or receiving 12 cents on the dollar.
Okay.
The other things that we're looking at is, we've recognized other fees within our municipal structure that we could also reduce, such as our vehicle stickers. We're going to eliminate that. So we are committed to reducing as much of the burden as we can while we pursue additional economic and revenue opportunities that will be now availed to us under the designation of home rule.
Sure. And so that's important for, I think that for everyone to know, because, I've attended and listened to some of the residents, and that is one of the concerns that people have. So I think that that's important that you all have made that commitment, and that you're going to pass an ordinance to, so it can actually meet the muster of the law within the village of Richton Park.
Just one other comment I'd like to make. I sometimes hear residents concerned about the transparency of our government.
Yes.
We meet twice a month. We have two parts to our board meeting, a regular session and a work session. During the work session, we invest an awful lot of energy examining and evaluating opportunities to move forward.
Right.
The resident feedback is really important. We encourage residents to come out and engage with us. We've been doing this for a while. We think we're mature enough to manage at a home rule level, and we're excited about the opportunity.
Excellent.
If the residents are supportive.
Thank you. Me, I just wanted to just add one other thing before we wrap up, is that you're an advocate for the Southland region.
Yes.
And so throughout the state of Illinois, there have been about 221 local governments that have passed the home rule. And you've been an advocate for Matheson and others. And could you just speak upon what home rule has meant for the village of Matheson?
Well, one of the things that the village of Matheson recognized was that they had a tax called hotel motel tax that accumulated millions of dollars. Because they were non-home rule, they could only use that money for tourism, right? So that kind of restricted how you can use those funds. But after the home rule designation, they were able to take those funds and apply them into the village's infrastructure for streets and roads, for aesthetics, and a little bit of tourism also. Because remember I said before, the goal is to bring people here. We want people to come here to live, to shop, to enjoy.
Yep.
So having more access to funds in different areas really helped the village of Matheson. It helped their bond rating. Their bond rating went up. So if they had to borrow money, they could borrow it at a lesser rate
Sure.
than before. But I think what village of Matheson residents appreciate the most is the addition to the infrastructure,
Good.
to the aesthetic, the public works, police department, to be able to get more equipment, coming up with crime-free ordinances in the village of Matheson. So it's been really beneficial to Matheson, and it's really moving that village on to be something special for the south suburbs.
Thank you. And Trustee Coleman, I will let you in with your particular passion around beautification. And I know that a lot of residents here in the village of Richton Park, they want more in that area. What will home rule allow the village to do as it relates to beautifying itself after home rule is passed?
Yeah, one of the greatest opportunities that we have is to stabilize and then enhance.
Okay.
There's a lot of conversation about, road improvements, and home rule will definitely provide us additional capabilities there to leverage funds that are available. But also the beautification is critical. I mean, we have an amazing community. I mean, the residents take such great care of their homes.
Absolutely.
And as a village infrastructure, we look at our buildings and the seasons and being able to to readjust how some of these funds have come in and how we leverage them. Again, we're just excited about the opportunity to enhance the way that we've been managing, and we see another layer of opportunity if we were given the authority to move forward and help the village even at a greater level with home rule.
Well, thank you both for sharing more educational information about home rule. It's a very exciting time for the village of Richton Park. I hear a lot of buzz and excitement around this, and I think that there's a lot of support that's going to come forth to support this, because I think that the residents understand that this is a moment for the village of Richton Park. This is a tipping point, and that we have that, home rule has to be manifested, if you will. So thank you both very much.
Thank you, Jeff.
And thank you very much for being with us. I hope that you have found this to be very educational. And for everyone that lives in the village of Richton Park, continue to do your own personal research. And most important thing, go out and cast your vote.